Hey guys, welcome back. Building big with City Skylines. This is episode 18. I'm Igneous, and today we're gonna take another stab at solving our industrial area traffic issues. We've been doing really well. We've been improving things, but it's still quite awful, as you can see down here. Just the volume, and a lot of it is trucks coming off the highway. So there's only so much we can do to reroute that, or send it somewhere else, or give it incentive to go somewhere else. But also a lot of it is from our own industrial area that's kind of producing traffic, vehicles moving things around. You might notice we've changed the roads around a little bit. We've got rid of the forked intersections. They were just creating too many intersections in too short of an area along this way, which kind of counterproductive when they're not actually merging. If they'd actually been merging or using the off-ramps to get where they wanted to go instead of stopping at all these intersections, might have been a little bit better, but they weren't. So we're going to try something similar but different. We'll show you that momentarily, what that's going to look like. But for now, we've kind of gone with a standard T intersection, and we're going to do a couple of hopefully successful bypass tricks to get a lot of this traffic coming down through here and around, and then down and around to the train station, and just get it as to the train station as quickly as possible and clear off the main roads here. Additionally, it would be nice if we could get them back up and out of the city, the ones who are coming in just to drop stuff off and then leave. We'll give them a bypass that will allow them to get out quickly and easily. And lastly, I think we're going to do a bypass up here if we can, and get some of the traffic from here that wants to go through this intersection and back around to the train depot an opportunity to do that. Before we do that, I want to take a look at some of the other changes that we made, some of the additions. I went around and I did a services pass. We got a new hospital, we've got a fire station here. Service coverage is actually now really good throughout the city. Look at this down here that's sprung up. This is the mall that we put in, and then we put high density residential and commercial around it, and this is all the residential. It just went absolutely crazy. If we could get more areas looking like that, I think that would be fantastic. And up here, this is our high density residential area that's also doing extremely well. It's not doing as well as the other one, but that might change when we zone some other things around it. For right now, the basic services here are covered pretty well. And this is what I was talking about, trying something different with the traffic. Instead of doing the forked intersections, doing half circles. And I know people are thinking, dude, it's the same thing. You're still creating two intersections in the span of one. But the whole idea here is that when we expand down into this area here, we can experiment with pulling out this section here. So each one of these things is a little miniature traffic circle, one after the other, all the way down. Sometimes we just have to experiment to find the things that work that nobody else will try because they think that it won't work and they don't even try it. So that's why I'm doing the little different things that I'm doing. You can see here we've still got a bit of a forked intersection. I think this kind sees pretty decent use. You can see that guy, he kind of went off that way instead of going through the intersection and turning right. So things like that seem to work okay. It's when the traffic starts to build up and we've got too many intersections one after another, and the vehicles aren't using the little clever things that we've given them to detour off without having to stop, that things kind of become problematic. So all kinds of crazy stuff that we've been working on and building around. One last thing. It's the happy face from hell around our dam. Trying to reshape the terrain around the dam without modding. And the best way that I came up with that seems to work fairly well is to just put a road around it and do the road carefully in small segments, and it'll actually raise the height of the land in certain spots as you go around. So that was kind of just an experiment that I did. It seemed to work okay. One of the things that I was reading about is you can use water pumping stations in a closed loop, so you don't connect them to the piping anywhere else in the city. You have like a water pumping station, and it uses pipes to feed directly to like an outflow station, whether it's a sewage treatment or a water treatment plant or whatever, anything that pumps out clean water or poo water, whatever you want, and it will actually lower this further and raise this higher so that you get even more productivity out of the dam in terms of the power. The only thing is, I'm looking at it, I don't think we can afford to raise this too much higher because of that stuff. So I've been busy, but just the fiddly little things that you can do behind the scenes, it's really difficult to be interested in when you're watching it happen. So that we can focus on the larger projects like this big bypass that we're going to try now. So what I want to do first is I want to get the vehicle traffic that's coming off the highway and down through here. I want to get it off of the roads so that it has an opportunity to get where it wants to go without necessarily bunging up the traffic. Like you can see, we've got 2 veins of traffic coming through here. We're going to speed it up so we can... Stop it, mouse. Stop it. Just speed it up a little bit. You can see it's jammed up in so many different places. You can see all this traffic here. Where the hell is that traffic coming from? That must be coming from the commercial area, maybe? So we've got that is kind of an issue, and it's all coming down here this way. And all of it seems to want to come to the train station or the industrial area, so we can't really necessarily try and funnel it all to the train station because that's not where all of it is going. You can see maybe a third to a half of it is going to the train station, and the rest of it is kind of going elsewhere. So what we can do... I'm thinking maybe if we took this whole thing here and pushed it underground, turned it into a tunnel, and then brought it back up around here and allowed it to connect here and here. Actually, connecting here and here wouldn't be the best. Maybe bringing it over to here and connecting... Sneaky buggers. It's not so much that the one-way road is creating problems, it's that it's creating a different approach that we need in order to solve our issues. I like the idea of the traffic moving all in one direction that way, because at least then I can get an idea for where the flow is coming from and where it's going. But for right now, we want to make sure that the traffic can get from places like this and places like this down into here with the fewest hiccups possible. And what I'm thinking is, let's bring this one down underground, and then we'll just do this in stages so that I can keep track of where everything is. We're going to take and make this, we will make it a 2-lane road this time. I think that would be a wise 6-lane with parking spaces. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to go bump, and then like that. Yes. Oh, because it was on bendy. Slope too steep, construction cost, something, something. Oh, okay, I see. Slope too steep. And then we go like this. And like that. I think that's a good start. It seems very simple. Like, how could we, mess this up? But again, we're talking about traffic moving through different levels and kind of thinking where it's going to be going, where it wants to go, and what options are being given to get it there. We'll pull it down this way, and we'll bring it along tight here so that we can have an exit going up this way, and one going up this, or out this way, I guess you could say, so that, yeah, let's do that. That could be just the thing we're looking for. Again with the 2-lane, we're going to bring it down like this. Right here, and then we'll switch to the bendy. And gotta kind of look around every once in a while, otherwise things just don't line up the way you might have thought they would. I think we actually brought that out too far for what we're trying to do, which at this stage of the game is easy to fix. So we will fix it before we move on. And then we'll go like so. And then we'll check to make sure. Yeah, so far so good. And then we'll go straight all the way across. How's that? Not bad, not bad. And then the bendy. Like so, and like so. Slope too steep. Shut up, it is not. What we can do to fix that is we can back it off a bit and go do straight. Like that, and then bendy, and then up. Oh, look at that. We took a notch out of the sidewalk right here, but that's okay. We're not too worried about that. So now we've got traffic coming from here, basically in a straight line down through here and then out, if that's where they want to go. And if they're wanting to go into the industrial area proper, we have the option here to connect up, slope too steep. Of course it is. Oh, construction cost 2,400. Can we do? Nope, slope too steep. That's what about if we went this way? I think we're trying real hard to make something work that is just never gonna work. It's distance too short, slope too steep. Okay, so what we could do again is we'll back it off around here. And we'll do 2-lane. Like so, and then the bendy, and that'll connect up like that, and then with any luck it'll come up here. Still too steep. I don't know if we can raise it up much higher. Okay, so that's on the surface. If it's still too steep trying to get out of here, then we got serious problems. But first, we'll connect it up, and then straight. Still too steep. Alright. Plan B. Go like so. And bring it over, and then bring it down. And that might give us the room that we need to bring this up. Will it work? Oh, it'll work. It worked. Now, we can test it. And with any luck, vehicles will start using it immediately. Or never. Oh, look at that. Look, they're all peeking up out of there now. I don't know where they're trying to go or where they came from, but oh yeah, like they're all kind of funneling in from the traffic circle at the beginning of the town. Still seeing a lot of traffic on the one-way road coming into the industrial area, but hopefully what we've done is we've funneled a lot of that into the underground 6-lane road so that it's still going to back up a little bit. But look at all the trucks going to our train depot. We just have a really big train depot. I'm actually pretty happy with this. I know it doesn't look like we did a lot. We basically ran a little short road with a couple of sections sticking up out of the ground so that vehicles can get into it. But if you, let's actually, instead of asking you to look up in this tiny little thing, you see all of the traffic funneling into that network now. That's basically skipping all the intersections here, not causing traffic in this area here specifically. All of the traffic coming up through this way now is basically traffic from our commercial area, and we can take a look at that in the next episode and think about creating another access point somewhere for it to get down into our underground highway network. Our train area is just getting, like, we're getting to the point now where one is entering as the other one is leaving. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty efficient compared to what we had. Now look at this traffic down here is much, much better. Still not perfect. Still, you can see backing up, but compared to the constant, you know, leapfrogging gridlock that we had before, I'd say it's definitely an improvement. So with that, we're going to call it an episode before we break something. Like I said, the next episode, we're probably going to take a look at traffic through the commercial area and see what we can do to move that in a way that's going to get it out of the main central arterial traffic things, all this other kind of stuff here, and into the industrial area and the train depot. And then from there we can look at expanding. We can start, you know, establishing new zones and zoning them and growing and having all that kind of fun. We're about 1,200 citizens away from our next upgrade, and we're making money. So life is good. If you want to be notified when I add the next video, you can always subscribe to my channel and or follow me on social media. Links for social media are always in the information section below the video. Please leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.